10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
All right, you ready?
Oh. Alright. Got you, fam.
Alright, Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the grand finals of the Parimatch League Season 3. FlyToMoon versus Virtus.pro in a full-blown best of 5. I could not be happier to casting this one. My name is Dragon Drop and I'm joined by Kips, whose voice you've heard throughout this entire tournament, so I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, glad to be here too, man.
10 seconds remaining.
Back here, casting some dotes, and you immediately get a banger, man. Because the last time these two teams was in the upper bracket finals here, 2 to Virtus.pro, 1 to FlyToMoon. But I dare say that I would give the edge to FlyToMoon. They definitely had those games ready to win a bit. So if FlyToMoon shows up today, they're going to prove once again that they're the strongest.
Yeah. I've rewatched some of these games on 2x speed earlier today, and I definitely agree. They basically put Virtus.pro on the back foot the entire time. But they've had like a few spots here and there where they just fall apart. Like in the third game especially. They went from, oh, we're fine, we're sieging high ground, okay, we gotta retreat, to losing general, losing Aegis, and losing their entire base on the back of, in the span of 2 minutes or so, like in the back of one ill-advised team fight. And that's how fast these games can turn, and if they make these kind of mistakes again, Virtus.pro will not, or they'll want to again take that opportunity and snag the game back if they once again be put into a position where they have to play from behind.
They don't hesitate. Nothing wrong with their killer instinct. I just want to point out that, by the way, the only time that Doom gets banned in this entire tournament so far is Pro. Don't want to have to deal with either CIS or Resolution, especially the CIS.
Instead they get the Weaver, and CIS have been playing that in that 4th position as well. This puppy style, kind of sniping couriers, trying to be a nuisance. How do you think he's filling that role?
Very well. He is like, CIS is also the kind of player that enjoys that, and the way that I've seen him running around the map, sniping couriers, I can hear him giggling. He loves that. And he's got a fine nose. So no doubt we're going to see a lot of
10 seconds remaining.
Well, hopefully I can catch a lot of that on camera.
5 seconds remaining.
It's always a little bit. I can share that to some extent, I'm not gonna lie.
T-Panda has had a rough time because the kills happen all over the place, everywhere. It's definitely still CIS Dota. So I wish you good luck, and I'm very happy that it's not my job.
Thanks. Thank you very much indeed. Well, I did some production work for the Beyond Epic League, and that actually turns out to be much easier when you can do the camera and just focus on that in production instead of also having to talk at the same. I don't know. I'll get back into it, I'm sure, and I'll try to keep the T-tools limited, of course, as always.
10 seconds.
But let's talk a bit more about these heroes, because there's the Lich in the first phase, Phoenix and Ember Spirit on the other side. Phoenix also seems to be one of the go-tos for flight as well, for always want to fly.
Yeah, absolutely. He plays so stable in the, and then you always have this nice fight reset button, plus of course the scaling damage and healing. Just very
10 seconds
pleasant hero
remaining.
to have all around, and it demands an answer. So luckily Virtus.pro really enjoys it, but otherwise they might get forced into Piranha, into
Virtus.pro's turn to
Lich
ban.
follow-up is what more, because yeah, we've seen a lot of Ember Spirit, sure, but Lich hasn't been picked for a while yet, and I think the only reason that we see him here is the possible. Oh,
okay.
Well, Virtus.pro's ahead of me. Possible Spectre pick income. Secure that lane. This is the position where it has been picked. They're just slamming this on the table, right out of the ban phase. They protected it with the Necrophos, the Viper as well.
5 seconds remaining.
None of these matchups possible. We are going to outlate game you no matter what, and if you control the tempo anywhere in between, this great setup where Spectre farms on one side of the map, we put on the other side. How are you going to get back ahead?
Virtus.pro's turn to
be so much more efficient across the map because of that, because of your ability as Spectre to always be in the fight whenever you need. You just have to make sure to stay safe enough that you're not the one being ganked. But yeah, that's where the rest of the team comes in to just push and take the attention away. But they still need a hero that can actually do that, that can be in the front line.
5 seconds remaining.
What do you think that's going to be? Something like a Dragon Knight, Death Prophet?
I've been hoping for a bit, but he seems to really be favoring the Death Prophet days. We've had Viper game. Viper. It's like... Sorry, I just got startled a little bit by the fact that it was FlyToMoon who banned all these heroes, and I'm like, were they trying to set Virtus.pro up for a Spectre pick? Because that looks like they wanted to take it themselves. I was seeing those bans, I was thinking like, that's a Spectre, and then I realized that, wait, Spectre's on the other side? I mean, the point still stands. Point still stands. Anyway, FlyToMoon opted for the synergy instead.
Maybe this is reverse captain's mode, and Solo accidentally got control of the bans on the other.
Ah, yes.
Mix-ups happening there. Wouldn't be the first time that Valve screwed things up for.
Oh, definitely not. We got
for
like
games like this, you know.
You got a patch changing 2 items, and also captain's mode is now.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Whoops, no one could have predicted this one.
Queen.
Spaghetti code, here we are. But hey, Queen of Pain is gonna be it now. Certainly quite a nice hero for some extra bit of bursts, seeing these squishy heroes like with the light, heroes like Phoenix who want to try and bring down as quickly as possible, possibly before that supernova can come out.
Also good to have a right
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Admiral Concar!
Yeah.
Starting to look like this Ember Spirit is going to side lane then. I mean, General has been playing great on both the Ember Spirit as well as the Queen. Very impressive. Ember just does not like the lane.
10 seconds remaining.
Does nice. Afterwards, just because you have the root, because you have a magic
5 seconds remaining.
you can actually solo kill the Queen Pain on level 6, even if you've had a very rough lane. But the problem is that if you don't get to her away afterwards, she did come out of the lane with a gold advantage. Can indeed go on these
Radiant team ban.
Doing things, but of course, yeah, Ember Spirit, as I said, can easily shift it to the side lane. Same for Kunkka though, if they're so inclined.
10 seconds remaining.
Mars ban here.
5 seconds
Interesting.
remaining.
Like they're saying that Virtus.pro wants some form of frontliner last for Rezo here. You answer with a, and they're like, oh, we're not doing that. I consider the Mars better alike in count. Same, clear.
Virtus
but yeah, a
turn to
frontliner
ban.
would be good for VP here. Just to have something for that vision to run up, to have something for that Quap to get shielded with, that she can run in after instead of having to blink. I wouldn't be surprised
Radiant team pick.
Or here, depending on what they think safe lane for. It's just such a classic Rezo pick. Underlord, also an option.
Yeah, would like I know that. Centaur probably a little bit more because it gives you that initiation potential. Not necessarily instant because the Storm has a bit of a cast time. So I wonder if they might end up having issues if this Ember Spirit gets out of control. In terms of just down, or whether the Pain will be strong enough that stay ahead in terms of items with orchids and eyes and all.
Yeah,
they're certainly going to need some more of that now with the Anti-Mage, also very slippery hero, so they need some solid control.
It has been pretty much a standard build-up for the campaign right now. And with the speed that you
10
can build
seconds
that,
remaining.
pretty much have it at the same time
5
that other
seconds
heroes
remaining.
could have if they rushed it. But can't really build one economy item and then heals. Have to build the heals. Does not like that.
Well, last pick coming in. 5 seconds and we'll know for sure. It's gonna be the
Now
Slayer.
select
Alright.
your heroes.
So that's the blink stun potential like the Sand. A few
But-
other implications.
Does better in the lane. Well, either and the Ember Spirit will get. And the fun part of Slardar versus after anti-mage, still just bash him. Like trading
Oh yeah.
potential can't really get, which is fine. Like I kind of want to get rid of that mana at some.
Yeah.
Bash him.
Just 1, 2, 3, and then the bash afterwards. That's the cadence of the player.
Do you play Slardar too?
Yeah. I'm just really bad at it. Like, whenever I play against Slaughter, they just bash me and I'm dead. Whenever I play Slaughter, I click them twice and then my health points are missing for. But
You need to 1, 2, 3 harder, man.
yeah,
Keep counting. Keep counting.
need to practice counting it a bit more. I think that's it. An issue there, but yeah, should be an interesting match here. Spectre's like the one big carry, FlyToMoon with some very solid team fight around the Conga, the Phoenix, a lot of slippery heroes, Ember and Anti-Mage, Cottle to also in this fight. Do have a very strong mid-game timing, especially if they can slow down the Spectre. And there's still always no one Queen of Pain.
Oh yeah. Man is an app hazard. They have swept out the Ember Spirit to the side lane. General has been playing out of his mind on Ember yesterday. He's really good at this playstyle where it's just, yep, I'm still an offlaner, still just here to grab your attention, ensure that you're focusing on, of course, itemized pretty defense well, got Spirit Vessel build up, so fast.
My deepest sympathies.
Played forward all the time, seeing him get to. He made it easy to play that game. I mean,
All right.
Prepare for battle.
Game number 1 of this best of 5 grand final series in the Parimatch League Season 3. FlyToMoon on Radiant via Iceberg. As you said, matchup in mid-general. Offlane Ember, supported by Aloha Dance. Always want to fly, of course. Flying in Phoenix. Expected and then V-Tune. Mage. Gonna be up against Zayats in the 4-position Weaver. This resolution on the Slaughter. Mid-Queen of Pain, of course, but no one. Leaves us the top lane with ILTW Spectre, supported by Solo. Lich. It's not quite the Warlock, but it's...
yeah, I made that yesterday several times.
30
It
seconds
is still a hero
to
that
battle.
can stabilize the lane quite well, and depending on the combos that you have, also even set up for some kills, not necessarily with the spec.
No, it adds more team fight. More team fight than a one, but at the very least, team fight presence. They're not just gaze as well, and I think that little extra of
The battle
is what-
begins.
V-Tune.
来，你打我呀！
He's just going in, blink across, get the extra bounty rune, and then in a moment. 2 for 2 trade overall. So far, so good. And he doesn't even need TP, so he's holding on to that. Knows he has plenty of walk back to lane.
both of these carries are going to get up, and I think means that a lot of this is going to hang on to this matchup. No one with aggressive or iceberg with what you'd like most on third round. Fight set already ongoing with your boat.
I was thinking Zayad's got a that courier there from the Phoenix. But, it's keeping it safe for now, still under the cover. Up top we saw the Alpha Strike alone. It's actually almost. But they started off with the Illuminate, blasted that with a Sleight of Fist, and then they got range kryptonite. So, not the best start for this offlane, but hey, as long as you don't die.
Coddle and are going to be way
Dire's
better.
courier has been killed.
So it's level 6. They start slight spam.
General might actually be dead. You're solo with another blast, yeah? That's what I'm talking about. This slow, ridiculous from Q. As long as you kinda comes up, or she can pull level 1 ever.
Just a little bit more patience there. Parimatch picks up.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yeah, it sized it now, and I didn't catch it. Was a salve on it too. Yeah, but if you don't have the chakra, there's not a whole lot you can do up here, is there?
No. Now we'll start to slowly see.
You have been
Banning
denied.
it out. Cooldown still for it.
Second side of fists, -3 something, is it? Yeah, -3 in level 1 chakra. They'll get a lot more annoying soon.
Denied.
I can tell you that Aloha Dance is extremely annoying on this game. Running around with dagger as well. Bad for infest bombs for his healer. He's
Man. Wait, who's our life stealer carrier? Don't worry, I got it. What? Who was that? Who said that? Coddle? Yeah. I'll build a blink dagger. It's normal. I mean, if it works. Right?
like, is it Coddle or is it Solo? That's
Yeah. General somehow misses the chains. Well, W next to him is down mid. Oh, no one. Almost falls to the cleave from Iceberg as he's asserting his dominance down there. Down bottom, always on a fly,
Dire's
barely
middle
lives.
tower is under attack.
VTune is continuing to do quite well in the lane so far. 20 and 1 top of the last hit chart.
And I'm actually incredibly proud of as Kunka, you definitely the last hit power advantage because you're all brass out. It is for
Bottom. Wow, just down Zayats and the bash to counter. VTune already used the blink to get after him, but quite enough damage from Resolution. Able to get the counter. No salve here either for VTune though. There's one on the courier for always on flies, so still gotta be careful for just a little bit until it gets here.
Yeah, these couriers are now very slow with the salve on these.
Yeah.
That poor little thing wobbling out.
Move speed, it's
Thank you.
not a lot. That's the real benchmark, man.
Oh, wait.
This Crystal Maiden's faster.
Dire's courier has
If
been killed.
That's true, then it's gonna be super slow. Meanwhile, you have Keep Off the Lights, I think a 350 moves on speed with just the Windlays. Okay, he's just going in. He's gonna get this kill on Revolution. Perhaps the weak the lane support. It doesn't actually do a whole lot there. It doesn't with the bugs or something.
You're perfect support like me, girl, or sniper out. That way, Dang.
Yeah,
that?
I did. I did.
Nice job, man.
I did not catch this one though, because it was just a quick tower deny. I did not want to stay there long enough to give them a chance to reclaim some of that experience. You see some kills all over the place. He's on the fly also
Dire's middle
dangerously
tower
low.
is under attack.
Yeah,
No
as I
one's
was
really stuff.
As I was saying though, like the purpose is for CIS to trade always fly out of the lane that feature likely not a great matchup. They go on you, there's no defensive capability. Same goes for there is need a pop support.
What, you don't like the full position crop? I mean dagger. Shadow strike.
The lane. Same with the big hole
It's going in. Still has that Tidebringer with the extra helm. On the frost shield, no one will not fall to it. Instead, force the TP after Ice. Good rotation from Lich there to keep no one alive. It does mean that ILTW gonna have to stay away from the pre-bay for a little bit. Good. Also, kind of crazy how much damage can do just with 2 points up and mana break. And certainly against the Weaver,
has been
rather
killed.
squishy. That happened anyway. Lower dance also kind of low with the chains. Not quite enough. Solo still gets range for that frost blast.
He's 4-0 right now.
Who's the carry in this lane, huh?
I think we all know that.
Oh, that bottom no one. Rotating in, blink forward. Always on the fly is very dead.
Retune your fate.
Get on out of there.
And this is why that save on mid is so important, because the only lane that has been going decently on the side of Dire is the Spectre's lane. She's not likely to want to get
There it goes.
so you have to go and power up the queen a little bit, just because she's the one.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So that's an ultimate to work with. The kill power is still there. So against Iceberg though, once again, no is the one who's gonna need some help. Fall up once again for shield. Just in time for solo, and Iceberg was hitting in. I feel like we see this one before Iceberg. This time he does cancel the teleport though. Yeah, he can do a lot more damage. No one just blinked again.
Was
That ultimate, that was
Why did he get
questionable decision, guys.
It's
Very
like,
questionable.
it's a bit greedy if you believe that. Oh,
What?
thou art pure.
That's why I did it. Yeah, wants to set up a V-tune. That's a statement right there.
Was spamming that all throughout. Yes.
On the versus screen, right?
Yep. He started right in the verse.
Well, I mean, so far V-tune is doing quite well. Still top of the CS chart, top of the network chart by a mile as well. As far as anti-mage games go, this one's pretty damn good. Reds and Wraith Bands are working on it.
Yeah, and on the opposite side, ILTW. Yesterday the Spectre was, but with a little bit extra recipe now, as well as a lot less damage. It's not really worth buying that as a farm yet. So this is ILTW's attempt at both, you know, getting actually an item out of it, as well as being sort of fight ready in case. I think it's definitely.
Just straight up diving, always on a high, still over 5, so no way to save that, but okay, Animal gets a counter kill. Maybe a second one is 2.
Sorcery failed.
V-tune. Sure, that was worth it, yeah. 2 supports for 1, but it's the cores who get the kills on the side of FlyToMoon.
Fortune.
You always prefer that.
It's got opened up 2 for 2 counter in exchange if a lower down can come on top as well.
Yeah, I can't help but be worried for no one on this. seen how much work X marks against, and he is still the one that has to be made over on the dire side, and he can't afford not to. They can't afford to let this anti. Here's another smoke going for always.
And the question becomes, will Iceberg be able to things around? He's just going on Zaya for the time being with the boat. Actually, X too early. Now Thomas back into the route. Looks like he might still end up dying because of that.
One of I should be dead.
Dire's middle tower is under
We've seen these aggressive Queen of Pain rotations now. We haven't seen these defensive Iceberg rotations.
Radiant's bottom tower
I mean, there's
is under
always been
attack.
something to have.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Pressure on this tower right now. And yeah, TW needs to start playing careful right now. Entire team is visible.
Radiant
where
structures
the
are
will
fortified.
go in for tower trade.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There's a little bit of
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a very important tower, to be fair. That's also why they're still committing Zayats down here. Solo also rotating in.
Dire's
Just
top
enough
tower is under
annoying tactics
Radiant's
to try and slow
bottom
this
tower
down a little
has
bit. But
fallen.
Iceberg, very tough
Dire's structures
target to
are
go on, so he
fortified.
can feel very comfortable just with his 2 braces, 600 health points. To just sit there,
Regeneration.
a little bit. No one has another ultimate available.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
General.
Hey, you want that?
Come on. Don't have all day.
It's nice, it's strategy. It's dead. Picked an ultimate, so no Chain Frost for a while. Should set up for this. Oh no, X available. The illusion. Help. Get out of that chains. Tower also land up going in. Way too many heroes here.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Trying to waste as much as possible to get us glyph because they're focused on
Southland's that got pedal super low onto person down with Spectre on the back side. They're fighting under the town on General, still alive with the extra chain sides, trying to get the snipe, and he will be able to. Now Supernova on the tower can't really fight that, so he has to leave. But hey, guess what? There's Nectar on CW. Together with always want to fly there, be able to secure that count kill. Not just that one solo, also a bit of trouble. He uses the charges, keep him alive a little longer. B2 and willing to dive on the towers in the back. Resolution and his presence now, setting up for yet another kill. Is interweaving back and forth, come to a close with a bite. Engagement from VP.
This is the way they can use their mobility there to circumvent most of both the so the Ignis was the egg. I can't say nothing, but they weren't much of a hindrance for how people were fighting, and that's very impressive that you pull off good fight that much of not fighting not your terrain at all.
B2 you reflect the curse phase. Very nice.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Tower does go down finally. They still got that kill on Spectre. Flight can't be too unhappy with all of this.
Gotta be. LTW doesn't get going. Probably not good. He just has to be fight ready. They have to make it back with him. Catch. It's a ultimate. Man's got a battle fury. Getting Asha as well.
He's going to accelerate quite a bit. Going forward.
Dire's top tower
Especially if you
is
can't
under
have that
attack.
radiance. You can have this one utility. Correct. Yeah, that's a lot of people around him. But he has thrown buff on him now. That's a chain frost, and it's going to bounce quite a bit. Maybe instead of for kill on the low. Sword dance, Iceberg. Hold super low. They're not dead just yet. Zayat looking to change that. The bow buff coming out of nowhere with the bully in this supernova. Stop that as they can't maintain out of their range.
Radiant's tower is under attack.
There we go. He's hitting like a truck on the vision.
No one.
A free kill, but and indeed.
Let's go.
I was like, no, where is no one? Is he going back in?
No, but he did it there, like a ultimate. I really
General's going back in though.
I like how Zayat's played that solo.
Sorcery fails thee.
Old division there, he's really over chasing. There's no way he gets out alive there in the end, but it's just because of that much over from Virtus.pro. At least not a frontline position.
Dice are scanning.
Zayat give vision to this pain so that no one can hopefully assassinate him.
Yeah.
We're attacking him.
Good lead. Still though, despite Iceberg dying again, he's still in second in net worth. Can only to his own anti-mage, VToon. He's got another couple kills out of that on top of his benefit, obviously helping him accelerate the jungle farm. This guy is 3k ahead of Queen of Pain right now. Is that going to turn into an issue going forward? Or like,
He's already an issue. Like,
how big of an issue is it going to be? Another fight brewing here. There's not a lot available. Always on the fly. Very low. No supernova this time, so it should be a free kick for IL2W. Can they catch General? Losing this in, keeping himself safe. To reveal himself in a nice little double chains. Iceberg gets the bow down on top of the tarn. Catching a few, but mostly just trying confidence retreat. But on him. Some extra bashes back off the chain frost. Sniper low dance. Tried their best. Not get away from this VP squad. Too much lockdown on that side. And
in the horns, basically off seat, even though it's very
Dire's top tower is under attack.
No, they have to.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Instead of saying,
attack.
well, you know, maybe it'll be okay if we do nothing. Like, no, we don't understand. We have these tools and we're just using them every second that we can.
yeah. Can't work in the sense of at least General has not really been able to find a real item so far.
Like, I mean, he has a lot of gold saved. I wonder what it's for. At the very least, he should. No target for buy the chain, buy the X. Can't play this game. Defensive item.
Placing out some wards. That was under vision though. Iceberg locked in.
I'll repeat something I've said that a lot as well. Oh, that's just
Okay.
Haste!
It's kind of rude, honestly.
no, I think Solo would agree. Dying in 100% intentionally part of his playstyle. The more resources he soaks up in the process, the better.
Retune. Ooh. And right on top of Zayats, who can do literally nothing about it. It's... Oh, no more. Oh, they got the X out. To the Glim, into the Yule stuff. But interesting, you know, Zayats and Solo rotating around. Light of Lowlands, very clean. Easy kill. Who works quick. Cuddle.
I have really enjoyed zones play, but especially
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
got involved.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is
Display
under
there.
attack.
Let's get the tower now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Next is vote available. Let's fight for this tier 1 tap. I want to try and keep a hold of that. People on attack. Oh, Phoenix. Fly gets broken down. Look at more here, Zayats. Scout.
Radiant's
Everything,
middle
yeah.
tower
That's
is
why
under
the
attack.
trees all
Radiant's
went.
middle
Oh
tower
no, this
has
area
fallen.
has been deforced for 3 days in a row now.
Yeah.
There's been a Mars quick, everything hollow.
So I would be proud.
Also slightly upset, like there's nothing to do here. Took his job.
It's kind of interesting how Steers have these long-hate relationships, you know? Timber saw hates trees, but kind of hates them. Anti-mage, he hates Trouble Gate absolutely. His face and pops him, and LTW goes on the low and trying to finish him off, but this Sigmar keep him safe. Evil on the other side of the road. I heard he has another bash indeed. Plus the Eagles to come from the high ground, trying to provide some covering. Will not be enough to keep him safe, but enough for V2 to try and do something. Oh, nice little orb! The orb! Forward know just enough to keep the LTW, but now BT very, very low indeed as Lich just randomly falls over.
Suspect the buyback though.
Yeah, don't think that was they needed to do there. It was a buyback to farm, if nothing else. A bit confused by how that fight was in 3 different places.
It's part of VP style right now, engaging on several fronts and ability. They can pick target that is best. CIS pushing back general there, they know that very little had in the said ILTW just raised by the Ignis. They need to secure him in Aegis now. Otherwise this buyback is not worth.
Well, do we have the tool to take it between the corrosive haze and the weevil bugs?
I do believe that that's even buyback there. See it as a fight for the Roshan. The problem is though that I don't think they're in shape to take it right now. Rezo going all the way back, Zayats. See the lines drawn by Zayats. He wants to go into the Radiant Triangle.
I mean, there's still an opportunity here, seeing how there's no supernova, no Ignis. So if you're gonna take Roshan, then this would be the time for sure. Even though there is vision from the Radiant side, you see Solo, Zayats, it looks like they'll be able to get rid of it.
Wait. Sorry, not.
Radiant are scanning.
So after midwave, we feel hammer down onto it.
Kind of surprised at this vision on the high grounds. Kind of saw Solo on the old ward going into this area. They've not been to find that one up on high ground. Okay, they're going to try and burn down Solo. They will be able to very quickly. Meanwhile, the back though, extra crush on Kid Light Supernova in a pretty good position here. Resolution, he cannot deal with it. CIS is going to try, but I don't think it's going to work. Nope, it explodes. They're all going to be dead. V-Tune just assassinating people left, right, and center. Resolution barely alive, but for how much longer? Well, the answer is not long at all. 3 heroes go down, 1 buyback on the side of FlyToMoon. As ILTW, there's no mana void.
That was overzealous. Like the ults were not up in time for Roshan, but 15 seconds later, yeah, they were.
Yeah. Only had to use one of them even, yeah. Loa died very quickly there in the middle of that. Gone on the resolution before we could get that ult out. But a good placement there from the Supernova.
It's one of the things that play around these ults. Jump to supports immediate, but not with the full team in this card. We can kill you with 1 or 2 guys. Are you gonna drop your ult for that?
You've also seen how much of an impact V-Tune is already having in the middle of these fights. I mean, he has Manta, he has Basher, 15k net worth. Like, they can't really fight him before all of the support, all of this team fight is taken out. But this also means that he can feel very comfortable with a nice buffer of health points and a lot of damage potential. He can feel very comfortable just blinking around in the fights and just doing a lot of work.
And the itemization, well, there's a halberd up on him right now. Imagine that. And then with the general, with the solar crest, just straight up empowering him. He's a beast. Virtus.pro just has to work around him. He can't do anything about him. This
Such sorcery shall not prevail.
Well, meanwhile mid though, hang it general. Across the map, but something in favor of Virtus.pro.
I imagine that was...
So? Not seen it before. 600 gold towards BKB of no one's... No. Also queuing up his Yules now.
Well, going out for a warding mission. He really has to be warding on the side of FlyToMoon is... Bro has... triangle here. Well, he was in, but
snag him up. They do see him, and yeah. 1, 2, 3.
It is mine.
On a killing spree. Oh yeah, I did it. I counted the screen. Wow. I can be a Slaughter player now. This is this all they're trying to make a play on Iceberg here. No one with a double damage on. Quite nice, but there's the heals. There's V2 and there's dead resolution. And V2 is on it. He's going forward and he finds the Queen of Pain. Shamefall's not going to be doing too much. I mean, V2 doesn't even care about it, honestly. No, solo. Well, oh, I missed him. Good to see him now, though. Like, I don't think he's going to live here. Question is who gets the kill on Iceberg. I didn't wait for V2 to finish. Well, that's a bit of a disaster, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an understatement, I'd say.
Dire's
He's
middle
going
tower
to
is
discard
under
next
attack.
as well. It's near impossible to guide them.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Spectre just doesn't.
Dire's middle tower is
Damage.
under attack.
Even if ISW did deal damage, like, there's no way for him to really stay in top centimeter if V2 doesn't want him to. There's a 4-second blink cooldown. He can just be anywhere.
The other option would be to become so tanky that V2 starts
Dire are scanning.
himself on you, but that just
Dire's
makes it
middle
quite
tower is under attack.
a hard place on us. We'll lose this time.
Well, that's that ages, but only for 20 more seconds, so FlyToMoon, Turk season now. Willing to engage here, not knowing where everyone else is. Actually knowing exactly that the resolution's coming in. They had that ward. Sword, again though, not the easiest target to go on. Very, very tanky indeed, and then she's gonna go straight onto the nice loot. Time up there from the Weaver. It's not enough though, is it? No one is gonna be pushed around left and right. All the teamfight ultimates and an Danya General on the hunt for more. Able to find one Zayat, dodging off to the left hand side. Oh no, dodge into the creep wave. Why? Why would you do this?
Probably because there's not much hope left. Yeah. It's barreling down your mid lane. Yep, there we go. And I just want to point out that if we had a replay function, this is what gets me really excited. That was such a classic of the low ground play by they feel like they got all the fights spread up. They tried to bait you onto the low ground so that whoever's on their high ground can collapse onto you. But when you're this far behind, when the anti-mage is absolute unit, you can't just low ground bait your way down.